Good evening, ELN University. My name is Mark Schenk, and I am here to tell you why I am running for the position of Executive Vice President. 2 years ago, I was here giving my first SGA election speech when I ran for class senator. I had gotten the idea to run only days before the election packets were due when another student from my year, who is running here today, knocked on my residence hall door and asked me to sign her elections petition. Before that moment, the thought of joining student government hadn't really occurred to me, but I knew I wanted to be a part of something on campus where I could make a difference. I didn't know a whole lot about SGA at the time, but I thought an organization where you have to get 100 signatures just to join must mean something. So I signed her petition and the next day printed my own. I ran up and down residence halls, McEwen, and awoke pretty much the entire historic neighborhood to get that packet in on time. When I finally handed it in, not only was I out of breath, but I had no idea the incredible impact that SGA would have on my college experience, or more importantly, the lasting friendships I have formed throughout my time on the Senate. Needless to say, it didn't take long before I realized that ELN student government was much more than just a club. While I didn't become class senator, I was welcomed into a position on the Organization Council, which became my home for the next 2 years. The council's mission is to make sure that every organization is properly represented within the Senate and allocated a fair budget for the following year. Not only has this position enlightened me to the needs and concerns of different programs around our campus, but it has allowed me to grow closer to the ELN student body as a whole. As an entrepreneurship major, I feel that my passion for innovation and productivity translates well to the role of Executive Vice President. With this in mind, I plan on using SGA as a platform for blending social boundaries that exist on campus. I work at the Mosley Student Center, where I get to see the student body interact in the heart of our campus. And since working there, I've noticed that there is a huge advantage to having organizations not only working in close proximity to one another, but within easy access to general student space. Not only does this foster interaction between organizations, it creates a positive environment for groups to share ideas and cultivate creativity. As Executive Vice President, I would use that same concept of open communication and blending between groups to create a more dynamic structure between SGA and the ELN student body. In the past couple of years, student government has done a tremendous job in reaching out to the ELN community and becoming a visible presence on campus. With open office hours, the Fun Fund, or Mosley Trick or Treat, SGA has really gone above and beyond in terms of reaching out to the community. As Executive Vice President, one of my goals is to advance this dedication to service by being as transparent as possible. While I've been campaigning over the past few weeks, one of the questions I've asked people is, what do you know about student government? And while most people know we exist, I've realized that students are interested in learning more about this organization as a whole. With me as your Vice President, I would ensure that our mission of serving the student body and commitment to positive growth is properly communicated. I'm committed to student government, and I've loved getting to know students from every organization on this campus because of it. I've loved listening to them speak, and I've loved hearing them come to me with passionate suggestions. For everyone in this room, I've greatly appreciated not only getting to know you, but working hard with you. And for everyone not in this room, if you've never felt impacted by SGA, I'll make sure you'll get to know us too. Thank you all so much for your time this evening, and thank you to the senator who knocked on my room 2 years ago. I probably wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for you. So vote for me, Mark Schenk, to be your Executive Vice President. I promise you won't regret it.